Hello BBN, Caleb Holt says Mark Pope coaching him at USA Basketball has been a huge advantage for Kentucky. He believes in me. And that could really help Kentucky's recruiting if Pope brings him in, even though Holt hasn't said anything about the recruiting thing yet. Asterisk with the possibility of attracting one of the biggest talents in the 2026 recruiting campaign, Caleb Holt, the young shooting guard, who is already standing out as one of the top recruits, has been the focus of special attention not only from Pope, but from some of the top college programs in the United States. And within this competitive scenario, the Kentucky coach is demonstrating a difference that could prove decisive in the recruiting process, something that goes beyond tactical strategies or promises of minutes on the court. Holt, who recently participated in the USA Basketball U19 training camp in Colorado Springs, had the unique opportunity to work directly with Pope, who was part of the event's coaching staff. The experience was remarkable for the young athlete, who highlighted the confidence that Pope has in his potential. He believes in me, Holt told KSR, reinforcing the importance of this initial relationship between player and coach. This trust is not something that can be manufactured or forced. It's built on genuine interactions, and Pope seems to have earned Holt's respect. The impact of this connection goes beyond words. During training camp, Pope not only delegated responsibility to Holt, but also drew up plays that put the young point guard in a position to excel, for a freshman who is still maturing technically and emotionally. Feeling valued and trusted is a crucial factor in deciding where to play college basketball. Holt acknowledges this by saying that Pope puts so much responsibility in my hands, something he considers essential when considering his future career in the sport. Pope's presence at USA Basketball is not only a showcase for Kentucky, also an opportunity for the program to position itself as a destination for athletes seeking development and maximum exposure. Holt, currently ranked as the 5th best prospect in the country in the 2026 On3 rankings, is exactly the type of player who can lead Kentucky back to the top of college basketball. Holt himself describes his approach to the game as driven by an inexhaustible motor. He's not necessarily a player who will score every possession or be relentless in three-point shooting, but his constant energy and ability to wear down opponents are traits that make any team more resilient and competitive. That combination of physical and mental skills is exactly what programs like Kentucky look for in their recruits, especially in an era where college basketball demands versatility and intensity. Kentucky isn't alone in the race for Holt. Universities like Alabama, Tennessee, Houston, Baylor, and Kansas are also in the running, each trying to make a name for themselves with their own offerings. Ole Miss Chris Beard, for example, has made it clear that he sees Holt as a game-changer for the program. Here's where Pope's work begins to show its strength, by establishing a relationship with the player beforehand during USA Basketball. He created a significant advantage for the Wildcats. Holt acknowledged that closeness as a huge advantage, admitting that Pope's presence at practice helped further strengthen the bond with Kentucky. That advantage, however, is no guarantee of success. Holt's recruitment is still ongoing, with official visits scheduled to take place between August and October. He has already visited Ole Miss officially and taken unofficial visits to Houston and Georgia Tech. Now, Lexington is on the road, and Holt is expected to bring an official representative to get a closer look at Pope's program. The Kentucky coach knows this is a crucial time where the impression left by the program's infrastructure, environment, and philosophy can directly influence a player's final decision. In addition, Pope has another ace up his sleeve: his vision for Holt's future in professional basketball. During his conversations, the Kentucky coach made it clear that he believes in Holt's potential to dominate both at the college level and in the NBA draft. That promise of development is something that resonates deeply with elite players who See college basketball as a springboard to professional careers. By emphasizing that Holt can impact a game as a freshman and develop through his third year, Pope is offering not just a roster spot, but a detailed plan for success. Will he? Agree. Deron Rippey Jr., an elite 2026 recruit who is quickly establishing himself as a top prospect, is also drawing interest from the Wildcats. With his ability to impact the game in multiple ways, his competitive mindset, and his desire to make history. In a program known for molding successful NBA point guards, Rippey represents the type of player who can take Kentucky to the next level. Rippey ranked the 17th overall player and the third-best point guard by On3. It's been attracting attention from elite programs across the country after impressive performances. At the NBPA Top 100 Camp and the USA 19 Training Camp in Colorado Springs, where he had the opportunity to be coached directly by Mark Pope. His performances at these high-profile events not only cemented his status as a top 2026 prospect, but also put Kentucky on the radar of future picks. Asterisk, the Wildcats offer, made on June 13th, is a significant milestone in the recruiting process for the young point guard, who sees the Lexington program as a clear path to achieving his NBA dreams. He pointed to the program's history of developing players like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who recently made NBA history by becoming the first player in 25 years to win scoring, MVP, and Finals MVP honors in the same season. That legacy resonates deeply with Rippey, who grew up admiring former Kentucky players in the league. "It's a blessing," he said, of the Wildcats' offer. Kentucky is a great school with a lot of great NBA point guards. I feel like everyone thinks of Kentucky as the University of Point Guards. That reputation, built over decades, is one of Mark Pope's biggest assets in attracting talent like Rippey, who dreams of following in the footsteps of stars like Gilgeous-Alexander, John Wall, and De'Aaron Fox. What makes Rippey such a special prospect, however, goes beyond his raw talent. His competitive mindset and versatility on the court set him apart from the best in his class. He describes himself as a player who impacts the game even when his shots aren't falling, bringing intensity, grit, and the ability to contribute. In different aspects of the game, my intensity and my grit. I feel like when I'm not having the best shooting game or scoring game, I know how to impact the game in different ways, Rippey said. That selfless, win-focused approach is exactly the type of mentality Mark Pope seeks in his players, especially in a system that values fast pace and creative freedom for point guards. Kentucky is embracing a dynamic style of play that emphasizes speed, off-the-ball movement, and versatility. Rippey, with his ability to engage teammates and lead on the court, seems like a perfect fit for that philosophy. He's made it clear that he values a system that allows point guards to play freely, something the Kentucky program has consistently provided. "I want a coach who likes to play freely and let his point guards excel," he said. "I like to go out there and get people involved, play at a fast pace." That vision aligns directly with what Pope has implemented, suggesting that a partnership between Rippey and Kentucky could be extremely fruitful. In addition to Kentucky, Rippey is being sought by top programs such as Duke, UCLA, Alabama, Indiana, Miami, Tennessee, Virginia, Texas, and Illinois, with official visits already scheduled to Louisville and Alabama and others in the works, including one to Lexington. Despite the stiff competition, Kentucky's offer carries special weight given the program's history and the way Pope has handled recruiting. The Wildcats coach, known for his infectious energy and ability to connect with young players, is clearly making a positive impression on Rippey, who confirmed that Kentucky will definitely take an official visit. This openness is a promising sign for Wildcats fans, who are eagerly awaiting to see how the 2026 roster begins to take shape. Another aspect that makes Rippey an ideal recruit for Kentucky is his search for loyalty and a program that believes in his long-term potential. In a landscape where the transfer portal has transformed college basketball, Rippey emphasizes the importance of finding a school that will remain committed to him, regardless of whether he decides to stay for 1 or more years before trying. His luck in the NBA? "I want to make sure I have a school that will remain loyal to me," he said. What do you think? Leave a comment.